Welcome to today's video. In this video, we're going to explore the concept of codependency and whether you may identify as codependent. Codependency is a term used to describe a dysfunctional pattern of behavior in relationships. It often involves putting others' needs before your own and feeling responsible for their happiness or well-being. So, let's dive in and find out if you might be codependent. Before we can determine if you're codependent, let's define what exactly codependency is. Codependent individuals often have low self-esteem, struggle with boundary setting, and have difficulty expressing their own needs and desires. They tend to rely on others for validation and may even feel incomplete or worthless without a relationship. Codependency can manifest in various ways, but it generally revolves around an unhealthy reliance on others for a sense of self-worth and identity. Now that we know what codependency is, let's look at some common signs that may indicate you're codependent. One sign is having difficulty saying no or setting boundaries. You may find yourself constantly saying yes to others, even at the expense of your own well-being. Another sign is feeling guilty when focusing on yourself or prioritizing your own needs. Codependent individuals often prioritize others' needs ahead of their own, leading to resentment and exhaustion. Codependency often involves a high level of dependency on others. You may rely on someone else for your emotional well-being or believe that you can't be happy without a specific person in your life. This dependence can lead to feelings of insecurity and fear of abandonment. It's important to remember that healthy relationships are built on mutual support and respect, rather than dependency. One of the key characteristics of codependency is a lack of self-care. You may prioritize others' needs to the point where you neglect your own physical, emotional, and mental well-being. This can result in burnout, resentment, and an overall feeling of emptiness. It's essential to prioritize self-care and establish healthy boundaries to ensure your own well-being and happiness. Codependency often involves enabling behavior. You may find yourself making excuses for others' unhealthy or destructive behaviors, taking responsibility for their actions, or attempting to fix their problems. This can perpetuate a cycle of codependency and prevent both parties from growing and developing healthy coping mechanisms. Codependency is characterized by certain patterns in relationships. One common pattern is feeling responsible for others' emotions and actions. You may believe that it's your job to make others happy or that you're the only one who can help them. Another pattern is an excessive need for approval and validation from others. You may constantly seek validation and feel anxious or insecure without it. Recognizing these patterns is an essential step towards breaking free from codependency. Codependency can have a significant impact on relationships. It often leads to an imbalance of power and can result in a lack of boundaries or healthy communication. Codependent individuals may attract partners who have their own dependency issues, perpetuating the unhealthy dynamics. It's important to address these patterns in order to cultivate healthier and more fulfilling relationships. If you've identified with some of the signs of codependency, don't worry, it's possible to break free from these patterns. The first step is awareness and acknowledging that codependency exists in your life. From there, seeking therapy or counseling can be immensely helpful. Working with a professional can help you understand the root causes of codependency, develop healthy coping mechanisms, and establish boundaries. Building self-worth is a crucial aspect here. Learning to value yourself and recognize your own worth independent of others is essential. This can involve practicing self-compassion, setting and achieving personal goals, and surrounding yourself with supportive and healthy relationships. Remember, you are worthy of love and happiness just as you are. Establishing and maintaining healthy boundaries is key. This involves learning to say no, prioritizing your own needs, and communicating your boundaries clearly and assertively. It's important to remember that setting boundaries is not selfish, but rather an act of self-care and self-respect. Remember, you don't have to go through the journey alone. Seeking support from friends, loved ones, or support groups can provide valuable guidance and encouragement. Connecting with others who have shared experiences can help you feel understood and supported as you navigate through the healing process. Prioritizing self-care is essential in building a healthier and more fulfilling life. This can include engaging in activities that bring you joy, practicing mindfulness or meditation, getting enough restful sleep, and nourishing your body with nutritious food. Remember, self-care is not selfish, but rather a necessary aspect of maintaining your overall well-being. Remember to celebrate your progress. Breaking free from codependent patterns is a journey, and every step forward is an achievement. Recognize and celebrate the positive changes you've made along the way, no matter how small they may seem. You deserve acknowledgement and praise for your efforts. Remember, you are worthy of love, happiness, and healthy connections.